We've been really excited about developing a disability equality video which we believe will really focus on raising the awareness and the profile of disability equality, certainly in terms of supporting those staff who have identified a disability or a long-term health condition. So as a trust, we are on a unique journey in raising the profile of disability equality across our organisation.
There are three particular areas that I've taken an interest in as a non-executive director. One is recruitment of consultants and doctors. The second one is patient access and patient experience. And the third one is health and safety in its broadest sense. Disability equality relates directly to all of these areas, and there are some fundamental things that I think we need to consider when getting inclusion and equality right. The Enable staff group are doing some great work, and I'd like to see more non-disabled allies supporting that work because it's important we see this as an agenda for everyone. It's important to listen to each other, debate, but to also remember getting the simple things right can really make things better for everyone.
When I was young, I was always told that I'm dumb, stupid, out of control, and that I'll never amount to anything, and that I could never be a professional. But look at my life now, it's quite the opposite. I have ADHD, autism, and dyslexia. And the message that I'd like to share with you all today is that if I can achieve this, so can you. I think what's really helped me is the fact that my manager and my team have always been really curious, so they'd ask me questions about my condition, what that's like for me, my experience, and not take something that's off the internet or in books or someone else's experience, because your disability, your conditions are very unique to you. Before I joined Bradford, I couldn't even ever imagine talking about my disabilities or even openly sharing them with other staff or friends or colleagues, and anything like that, because I was always so embarrassed. But now that's completely changed.
I was born with developmental hip dysplasia and spent a lot of my childhood and teens in hospital, and consequently when I grew up I wanted to work for the NHS to give something back. I've been very lucky working at the Trust because they're very supportive, and I've always worked with people who've been very helpful, helping me to do things that I'm not able to do and keeping me constantly supplied with coffee throughout the day, which is the main thing. I've been given an allocated parking space, and I've got hand controls instead of foot pedals, and the best thing that's happened recently is that I've been able to reduce my hours, so I only work 3 days a week now, which has meant I've been able to carry on working. So I've now done just over 40 years working for Bradford Hospitals.
I live with a condition, it's a chronic condition, a hidden disability called lymphangiomyomatosis. It only affects women, and it mainly affects the lungs and the kidneys. My main problem with the condition is that it makes me really fatigued. At the beginning of COVID and the pandemic, I was given a laptop to enable me to work from home. The Trust also supported me with my shielding group idea by allowing me to hold a group every Monday. It initially came out of speaking to other people in the same boat as me, feeling isolated.
I originally came to the Trust as a midwife. I have just recently moved into a position in clinical education, and I have relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. For the most part I look normal, fit and healthy, and manage for the most part to carry out my duties without any problems. The Trust has always worked, so in combination between occupational health and my managers, have always worked to make sure that I've got a good work-life balance, that my shifts are set so that I don't get easily fatigued, and that I can still be an effective member of the team, and that I can still contribute as much as my colleagues do. Shift work can be really hard, so they just make sure that they get spaced out and that I get, adequate rest periods between shifts. And then recently moving into a position within clinical education, obviously it's a lot different to shift work and clinical work, and I'm hoping that the slightly easier pace will have another, good impact on my health, but also that I can give back to the Trust by working within the education department.
Whoever is out there listening to this, please remember that your disabilities don't define you or your ability. In fact, it makes you special and gifted.
Be proud as disabled people, get your messages across, but remember, we're all human beings, so when you're asked a question, be polite with the answer.
Are you passionate about disability equality? If the answer is yes, then please come and join the Enabled Staff Network and help us on this journey. We want to make the experience of disabled staff and patients better, and we need your help. So come and connect and join in, and thank you for listening.